Never give up on something you really want. It is difficult to wait, but worst to regret. Welcome to Balanced Lifestyle. In this episode, I will share a recipe that I learned from my sister Shakila. Please watch my recipe till the end. I've made it out of milk that has curdled. Instead of discarding the milk, we make this recipe. Please stay connected till the end of the recipe. Thank you very much. Friends, so let's start the recipe. So here we have this curdled milk. You can see the milk has solidified and it also have a liquidy part. So now we have to sieve the liquid. To sieve this liquid, I took a muslin cloth and I put it on a vessel, and then I poured the milk through the muslin cloth so the excess water came out, and I was remained with the creamy milk. And this creamy milk is what we use for our recipe. You can see I was trying to remove as much water as I can so that I get actual milk solids. Then I transferred the milk solid into this flask and I use hand whisk to whisk it for about 5 to 10 minutes until the milk turned creamy. And then to this I added 2 tablespoons of sugar and I whisk it again. And then I added 3 eggs. Here you can see in the video 2 eggs, but I actually used 3 eggs. So I added those 3 eggs into the flask. And then I whisk it again. And then I used 1 small can of evaporated milk, and then I whisk it again. This is evaporated milk. It does not have sugar because I had already added 2 tablespoons of sugar into this mixture. In a second pan, I took a small pan which had a heavy bottom. To this I added 2 tablespoons of sugar and 2 tablespoons of water, and I let it caramelize. I was preparing this pan for setting the pudding. So once the sugar caramelized, I switched off the stove and let it cool. Once the caramel had cooled down, this is just sugar and water that is burnt and it turns out into a caramel. Then I swirl the caramel on the side of the pan like so. In this pan, I then added the mixture that I had prepared. However, I then made a manual steamer. In a large saucepan, I added about some water, and then I added the pan which had milk and caramelized sugar. In this, I then added some flavors, and then I covered this manual steamer for about cover and let it slow cook in a very low flame. You don't really have to use a heavy flame. You need slow flame so that the pudding will firm up. And I cooked it for about 45 minutes. Once it was ready, this is how it looks like. But then I chose to grill it. After steaming the pudding, I chose to grill it in an oven for at least 10 to 15 minutes. So then I transfer the pan and put it in the oven for about 10 to 15 minutes, and it turned out lighter brown on the top. This pudding was ready to be served. So you can serve the pudding as it is by cutting some small pieces, or you can also, this is how I chose to serve. And you can also serve it with some caramel liquid that is formed at the bottom of the pudding. Thank you very much, friends, for watching my channel. Please do give me comments of how you liked it or if there is anything that was not clear in my explanation. Thank you once again.